Hey guys, RTT back here for that video. Guys, today I did something crazy. Alright, so as you guys know on this channel, I do review a lot of Galaxy Z Fold 3s, Surface Duo 2s, pretty much any foldable phone possible. I like to have them as my daily driver, but before I went ahead and switched over to foldable phones, I used to always rock iPhones. So this right here is the iPhone 13 Pro Max. And it was not my daily driver, but my secondary device with my Galaxy Z Fold 3. Well, I decided, you know what, for this whole month now, I'm going to completely switch over to another candy bar cell phone, this Galaxy S22 Ultra. And I'll be honest, switching over completely to Android from iOS, I kind of was like, okay, you know, I can get it done with a foldable cell phone because it has so much functionality. It has dual displays. I can go ahead and have two things running at one time. There's just so much things I can do with a foldable cell phone. We're going now back to a candy bar cell phone. Even with the amazing, beautiful cameras, how would that really work? Would that be okay? Would it not be okay? Let's go ahead and talk about it. So starting off right away, I made videos on this channel, but already I'm talking about these subjects, but you can get iMessage on an Android phone. You can also get Apple Music. You can also get pretty much every application on an iPhone on this phone too. Now, if you are interested in getting iMessage on your Android phone, I will leave an icon in the right hand corner video to how to do it. You do need a Mac, iMac, some kind of Mac computer. There is a little bit of a process when it comes to setting up DNS servers, transferring, you know, different messages over from your Mac to your phone. It's a process. Like I said, I'll leave an icon in the right hand corner, link to that video. Nonetheless, though, I will tell you right now, you know, my favorite candy bar cell phone of all time was the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra. Now, that is still number one because it has removable storage and you could add up to a terabyte of external storage plus whatever you had on the phone. That will always be my favorite phone of all time. But this right here is a close 1A, 1B type scenario. I absolutely fell in love with the Galaxy S22 Ultra. I recently reviewed the Galaxy S22 and I really did love that phone, but I needed to give this phone a try. I needed to see the, the top end of that lineup. How truly good is this phone? And I'm gonna tell you right now, guys, everything you could ever want on this phone is absolutely there in every way possible. I'm also running, if you guys watch the channel, you guys probably already know, I am running Launcher 10 on my S22 Ultra, and it works like a charm. Absolutely beautiful. I mean, especially with how the display looks, it just absolutely just fits every little pixel of the display. Now, starting off right away, after using this phone, it was actually almost impossible for me to use my iPhone 13 Pro Max anymore because of the fact of how much more bright and vibrant this display is. This display is absolutely gorgeous. Now, of course, you have different settings on what you can run the display at. You can, of course, run it at the typical, you know, out of the box, which is going to be best for the... So there's three different displays you can run this at. You can run it to HD Plus, which is 1544 by 720, which is 720p. You can run it at Full HD Plus, which is 1080p. Or you can run it at 1440p at Quad HD. Now, the cool thing about this is that, of course, all three can run 120 hertz display, which is absolutely insane. If you guys have never used a 120 hertz display, definitely give it a try. The Z Fold 3 has it, the iPhone 13 Pro Max has it, and the Galaxy S22 has it. Now, of course, the big thing about this is that you can actually run that Quad HD display at 120 hertz, which is something that older cell phones simply could not do. You could run 60 hertz at Quad HD, but of course you could not run you could run it at Full HD, you couldn't run that Quad HD. Now, I will say one thing though, again, like I said, going back to the brightness of this phone and the actual screen, there's even an extra option in settings that lets you be able to extra brightness. That is how amazing this phone display actually is. And I could honestly make a whole entire video just talking about the single display and how amazing this display is. I want to talk about battery life. This battery life of this phone, and I have been running a lot of quad HD 120 hertz. The battery life of this phone absolutely blew me away. So yes, it's a 5000 milliamp battery in this cell phone, and I really did not expect too much from that, especially coming from an iPhone, Galaxy Z Fold 3, Surface Duo 2, a lot of cell phones that really just not drain the battery too fast, but definitely are not the all day lasting battery. When I saw that, you know, advertisement for this cell phone, I was like, okay, come on now, let's not be a little too crazy. They're not kidding. I literally get to work at 7 a.m., work all day to 9 p.m. This phone isn't even below 40% when I get off work. This thing is an absolute battery machine. Especially if you're not using it, standby time is absolutely amazing. But when you're not in standby time, even using it, because I do use it a lot of times at work, no issue at all. And I am running Quad HD at 120 hertz, and I have no issue at all with the battery life. If you are using it non-stop with Quad HD, battery life, based on my results, I've been getting around 8 to 9 hours from it. If you're running at 60 hertz, full HD, you're gonna get a lot more than that. And if you just have standby time, let's say you're doing something all day, you have it in your pocket, you have it in your house, whatever, you're gonna get even more hours than that. This phone is an absolute battery machine. Of course, it does have wireless charging. It is waterproof, just like always. The beautiful thing about this, of course, is it does come with its own S Pen automatically, and based on my small usage of the S Pen, I will definitely say that right now, I am not too much of a fan of an S Pen. Even when I had a Z Fold 3, I simply did not use the S Pen as much as I should have. There's nothing wrong with the S Pen, I just simply don't use it as much. But that's definitely something that, again, the S Pen, very nice to have if you are, you know, you want to use it. Especially this beautiful display, you can draw very easily on this display. So I definitely would say that is a nice feature that I don't use personally, but could be used very amazingly. Of course, the biggest thing about this phone everyone talks about is the cameras. Absolutely beautiful. We do, of course, have a total of 5 total cameras, and these are absolutely gorgeous. You know, I was looking up online before I bought this phone, you know, which phone is the best for photography. We have the S22 Ultra and we have the iPhone 13 Pro Max. And a lot of people said, oh, the 13 Pro Max is so much better for photography than the Samsung. And I'll be honest with you, I kind of don't agree with that. I really don't. I'll put images on the screen as I'm going through this video showing you guys. But I really will tell you right now, the Galaxy S22 Ultra might be the best camera I've ever used on a cell phone, hands down. Now, of course, I'm not going to say it's as good as my Sony A7 III mirrorless camera, but it's still a very amazing camera. I'll definitely say, overall wise, 10 out of 10. Now, when it comes to extra features, of course, this does offer you Samsung DeX, which is something that we do not see on the iPhone. We do not see on some Microsoft phones, or any Microsoft phones, but we see on pretty much every Samsung phone possible. You guys do not know what Samsung DeX is. Samsung DeX is the ability to plug your phone into a monitor of any kind or a TV, and you can get a Linux-based operating system that is kind of choppy, but it's still a little nice feature if you are trying to run like a mobile computing setup from your cell phone. If you're at a hotel, you're on vacation, whatever the case, it's a nice little extra bonus feature you do go ahead and get, which I do like very much. I know some people don't need to use it. I actually use it more than pretty much, I think a lot of people probably watching this video right now. All right, let's talk about gaming on this cell phone, because gaming on this cell phone is absolutely insane. So we do have 12 gigabytes of RAM on this cell phone, plus 4 gigabytes of virtual RAM, which is virtual RAM plus. We talked about this before on the Galaxy Z Fold 3, but pretty much what it means is that this is virtual RAM. It's not actual RAM on the device. if you are playing a game, editing videos, doing something very RAM inducive, and it needs that extra little bit of kick, it can go ahead and use that extra 4 gigabytes of RAM. That 4 gigabytes of virtual RAM is not the same as actual RAM on the phone. It is slower. It's not as good. Think of it as like if the regular RAM is 3000, this virtual RAM would be like 1500. So keep that in mind. It's not exactly, you know, perfect, but it is still pretty dang good. I mean, it's nice to have a little extra kick, even if it's not going to give you that crazy amount of power. Of course, it does give you a Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 processor. Of course, again, like I said, 12 gigabytes of RAM is not bad by any stretch of imagination. And I will say overall, I will have a whole entire full review of this cell phone coming out sometime very, very soon after a week of me using it. But I will tell you right now, I absolutely love the cell phone. I recommend it to anyone who wants to pick up a new cell phone. I can't tell you enough, guys. When I bought the cell phone, I thought it was gonna be a review unit. I was gonna pick it up. You know, I bought this with my own money, by the way. Just full disclosure here. No one sent me this. I said review unit because I mean, I'm gonna review it and then I'm probably gonna return it. But you know what? Zero chance of me returning it. This has my main daily driver SIM card, and I'm not switching it anytime soon. I really thought I was going to have this for a little bit of time, go back to the Z Fold 3, and move on my life. For right now, this is my cell phone moving forward. Absolutely love, 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 love this phone. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next one. Peace out.